Okay, what is an absolute value? Well, an absolute value sign is simply two straight lines, either a variable or a value inside them. Or you can even have an expression. And what it means is whatever the expression is inside, it cannot be negative. So in this case here, if a equals 3, then the absolute value of a equals 3. If a equals negative 3, then the absolute value of a equals 3 still. So it doesn't matter if a is negative or positive, the absolute value will be a positive value. So, and then also, we're using the same example here, I guess. And what this here, actually, absolute value here would not be required, because any negative value here squared is going to make it positive. So this would be a bit redundant. But let's change that to a plus 3. So if a is, say, a negative 4, then you've got the absolute value of negative 4 plus 3, so you've got the absolute value of negative 1, and that's equal to a positive 1. Again, the absolute value sign changes, or it basically makes sure that the expression inside the brackets, if you will, the vertical brackets, is positive. It is not negative. Okay, now let's talk about some of the properties of absolute values. On page 11, we see the absolute value of A is always going to be greater than or equal to 0. And that's essentially what I said before. It's just making sure that the absolute value brackets says that the overall value will not be less than 0. Also, you can break them out. These are brackets here. Also, I guess applicable to this is absolute value of negative A equals the absolute value of A. And the absolute value of A over B equals to the absolute value of A over the absolute value of B. Now, you do know that these are interchangeable, so you may be given this at first, and you could change it to this one here.